Hey everyone, I'm Brad Wood. I'm a solutions consultant here at Sketch Development. And in this video, we're going to look at the all new surveys feature in Jira Service Management. This provides a streamlined tool to capture feedback directly in Jira Service Management, eliminating the need to use tools outside of your Atlassian ecosystem for surveys. We'll look at how surveys are configured, the metrics that are generated from the responses, and some practical examples of how to integrate surveys into your service management processes. At Sketch Development, we're an Atlassian solutions partner, and we work with teams on consulting, licensing, and training across the entire Atlassian toolset. We're always excited to see new features added to Atlassian products that help eliminate the need to navigate to separate tools. So with that, let's jump into JSM. All right, so here we are in a JSM demo environment, and this is the surveys landing page. JSM has always had a CSAT capability, but the new surveys feature go much beyond this in terms of capabilities and customizations. This is not replacing the existing CSATs, by the way. By the way, if you don't see surveys in your left-hand navigation, your space admin may need to go to space settings and then enable the feature. And then so this is the landing page. This is going to show all of your configured surveys. You get some information about the surveys here, like their status, so if they're active or if they're in draft mode. More on that in just a second. The percentage completion for your survey and the number of responses. So really just a high-level view of your surveys on this landing page. We can head over here to create survey, and you can create them from templates, or you can create them just blank and build your own survey. We're going to create from template here, and there are tons of templates to use from. There's different categories here, or you can search the templates up here at the top. And if you click on any of these, you'll get a preview panel showing you what this survey is going to look like. So out of the box, this is what this employee AI use and feedback survey looks like. We see the different question types here, and this is what's going to be pre-configured for us when we click select. And so the editor is a lot like JSM forms, if you're familiar with those. The field types are very similar. You can add your info panels, all your different text formatting options are up here at the top. All the different field types are here as well. So different text fields, radio buttons, checkboxes, your drop-down fields. We can also do conditional formatting here. So maybe you want to show a follow-up question based on the response to a previous question. You can use this add section to do that here. And the templates are completely customizable as well in terms of a starting point. So select a template, and then you can build this out custom to your needs and then save it as maybe a different survey. So once we've done all that and we're happy with this, we're just going to navigate to the bottom here, and we're going to click Save Survey. And that is going to save our survey here. And then now this is the landing page for this specific survey. We don't have a lot of information here yet because this has not been published and nobody's filled this out yet. If we do want to publish that, we would just click this blue publish button. And I kind of think of this like Confluence, for example. So you can save a draft of your item, and then you'll publish it later. So let's go back to surveys. And now we can see we've got two different surveys here. Again, this one is in draft mode and this one is active. Let's click into the active survey, and we can get some different information here because some people have actually submitted this survey. So we can see this survey has been viewed 5 times. 3 people have submitted responses, so a 60% completion rate. And then we see summaries for all of our questions here. These are set right now to show as a chart view, but you can change these to a list view here and then get kind of a table that shows for all of the choices in that particular question, who has been submitting which responses, or rather how many people have been submitting the particular available responses. And then we can head up to this responses section at the top here and get an overall table that summarizes all of our submissions here. You can do some other things here, like edit the survey directly from this page. We can also restrict who can access the survey in terms of viewing and editing it on the JSM side. We can also configure who can respond to the survey. I believe by default, this is set to anyone with channel access. So anyone with access to the portal can submit this particular survey. And then lastly, if the three dots menu, we can look at a preview of our survey. We can export it as a CSV, so you can actually download the responses if you need to use them in some other tool or in another kind of format, something like this. Create a duplicate of it and then tweak it as needed, rename it, and then there's some additional settings in this menu here. Speaking of copying the link, let's go ahead and open that in another window, and we'll see how easy this is to submit the survey. So your surveys can be shared via a link, and then this one in particular is set to anonymous submission. So maybe you want to give your users some privacy when they submit the survey. In this case, their email address won't be shared in the response. And then here's our survey. This one is pretty simple to fill out. We'll just choose 2 for all of these. And then here's some conditional formatting here. So a new field popped up when I selected 2 here. And I think if I select a different one, it'll go away. So we'll just select 4 for that. And then we'll say nothing at this time. And we'll just submit that. And now our response has been recorded. And if we go back to JSM, and we'll go back to the summary page here, and I may need to give this a quick refresh. Now we see we have 6 views, 4 responses. Our completion rate has gone up, and then all of the question summaries are going to be updated as well. So the metrics do update in real time, and will give you a up-to-the-minute picture of the responses and the views and the completion rate, all that kind of stuff for your survey. So let's talk about 2 quick use cases. Our first one, let's say we've got an automation that sends a link to our survey to the reporter once a particular ticket type is resolved or done or closed, etc. So we can do exactly that. And we can send an email, something like this, to our reporter, and we can say, hi, reporter, could you please fill out this survey, and then include a link to that survey right here in the email. And then another use case, let's jump back over to JSM, and we'll just go to any queue. We'll just say resolve tickets, and we'll grab a resolve ticket. And maybe we want to send this as a comment using canned responses. So I'll go reply to customer, and I'll go to canned responses, and you can see I've got one configured here called survey, and it's pretty much identical to what we just saw in the email. So I will just click insert response, and now they've got a link to that survey. And once I submit that to the customer, they will get a notification that we're asking them to fill out that particular survey. So a couple of quick ways to share the link to your survey, one with automation and one with canned responses. So that was just a quick look at the new surveys feature in Jira Service Management. Hopefully you got a good overview of how this feature works and some ideas of how you can use this in your processes in your organization. At Sketch Development, we're here to help you configure and customize tools like this to meet your team's needs and your organizational goals. If you have any questions on this or anything else Atlassian related, please feel free to reach out to me via email or LinkedIn, both of which are included in the description box below. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.